We're here. We're doing it, people. We're literally doing it on the highest of levels. Shout out to everybody. Mr. Fresh is in the building. Noah's in the building. I'm in the building. I don't know why I'm in the bigger box, but we're figuring things out here today. That's what we're doing. And see, the camera's got to get focused in on ya boy. All right, Noah, how's the week been?
It has been amazing. I had an amazing week. The big announcement is me being that girl. Clocking T. And okay, go ahead, George. I see them fingers. You didn't learn some things. Clock it.
I
But
learned.
we no, in all seriousness, we do have another announcement. But I just want to say that I'm that girl. And you got to think about what I said last week. Okay. Shout out to all of our regulars. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Shaman. Hey, Christy. Hey, Jacinda. Thank you so much, Mari. Everybody that is our family is here.
The whole
This is
fam.
my daughter's bonnet. I ain't got enough hair to fill this up, but I'm at home, honey, because they always get on me when I wear a bonnet on YouTube. But I'm at home. I'm relaxing. School is back in. Y'all let me live. My braids is out. Let me live. But shout out to everybody in the building. All of our family is here for our big, beautiful announcement. And I am so excited.
Hold on, time out, because I think we got.
I'm pretty fired up
I don't
too.
know.
I'm sorry, I'm getting my
I,
headphones plugged in. We are
I don't
doing
know.
this.
I
It's
don't
the
know if
first
she's
time we're
here.
doing this, people, all remotely from home since we tried this out. Like we were trying to do the bonus show, and then we shifted over, and we're like, "Hey, let's crush Tuesdays like we have been, and we're not missing a Tuesday." Huge announcement coming.
Yes.
Huge.
So excited.
I
I'm
got
so
one more
excited.
announcement though.
Hit me
A
with it.
smaller announcement. You know, as you brought it to our attention earlier, and we all seen it in the Discord. You know, we found one of our lost family members.
I'd be what?
We
Sorry,
found one
one
of
more.
our lost family members. You know,
Who?
as you brought it to our attention in Discord earlier, all of us was.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. Oh my gosh,
Wait, did I miss that announcement?
you
you
did
did
miss that
miss
Did
it.
we did
announcement.
we
Wow.
find?
We found Black Ivory.
Okay, just making sure. I thought it was Shy Trell.
No, so Black
Oh
Ivory
no,
said
Oh
Shy
my
that
Trails.
god, I miss Shy Trell. I need to look up her
I missed her
email.
too. I
Black Ivory
definitely know.
said life was tap dancing. It was break dancing on her nerves.
Yeah,
Right.
I
She
get
has
that.
some
Clock
she has
it.
some things going on.
But
Mm-hmm.
she was back on the Discord. She took care of business, and now we're living life at the highest level. And she at least checked back in with the fam, which leads me to just say, if you've been watching for a while, or you stopped watching, you came back in, just let us know. That like makes our
Because we
day.
really be
That was
missing y'all. We really be putting
yeah.
APBs out for y'all whenever we don't see you in the chat. I do have one other big announcement as well, which I don't even think
What's
I
that?
told you, George.
What?
So, my brain is always moving. We just got back from Bali. Costa Rica is in less than 30 days. Shout out to all of my travelers. Next year, we are going to drum.
Brrr, brrr.
I'm sorry, I
Oh,
got a call.
yeah, I was doing the drum roll for you. Don't worry, it just picks right back up. Brrr.
So next year, we are going to Thailand. Okay, we're going to Thailand. And in January, we're going to launch South African Safari. Now, why did I do this? What is not making sense is I wanted both of them to happen next year. Africa is expensive. It's expensive. So I wanted to give everybody a year and a half to pay for it versus the traditional year that I usually give. So we'll be outside in Thailand. If you have not watched my recap of our trip to Bali, it is posted on my page, my
Do
little
it.
travel vlog. We had such a good time. If you want to join me in traveling and doing all things outside-ish, go ahead and click the link that's in one of the descriptions of my videos. The last couple of ones that I just posted have it, but I'm so excited to travel with you guys again. And we're going to
But as we
Africa.
ain't sure
Trust me.
yet.
We going to Africa, but I want us all to show up to the motherland and not have to worry about, anything. You can make payment plans with all of my trips, and you can finance them through Affirm as well. So that's my big announcement.
Oh my gosh! Wait a second. Hold on. I got Mr. Fresh. What are you doing in there? Oh,
Sorry, that's
What
was
am
that
I
a
doing?
sink? Was that a sink?
no. It
No,
sounds like one, right?
so I'm in the process of starting. I do home dialysis, so my
Okay.
my little cute machine over here
Always
is
makes the loudest noise.
it's
It's
working.
loud for no
Dude,
reason.
sounded
It's
like a
working.
sink.
So no.
That's good,
I got my whole little setup. I got my dialysis
bro.
iPad. Shout out to my dialysis. Hold on.
Listen, shout out to Mr.
God,
Fresh. I know that's my husband and
for
shit,
real.
but he makes it every Tuesday, despite the fact that Tuesday is a dialysis day. A lot of the times he has already done dialysis, or right when we leave the show, he does it. Shout out to him. And if you happen to have a kidney that you're just not using, let us know.
Yeah, my blood flavor is an A. So you know what I mean.
Not his blood flavor.
My blood flavor is an A. So if anybody has blood flavor A, you know what I mean. I could pass on the information so we can.
Oh my God, there go my little man.
Yeah, you guys are smarter than they're like, as soon as they saw the online, they were like, yep. Yeah, move
Oh,
your hand,
he's
buddy.
so cute. Hi, sweetums.
This is Emerson.
Oh my
He was
gosh.
born Friday evening.
Mm-hmm.
He's smelly. So I know
Oh my
all you
gosh,
moms out there
yes.
are gonna be sniffing him. And I just want to have
Mm-hmm.
a shout out to Mr. Fresh, Noah, and George. They all three of them rolled up and visited us in the hospital.
Of course.
And so I just wanted to make a huge shout out to them. But yeah, I wanted to just pop in really quick, introduce you guys to little Emmy.
Oh my gosh, he's so
Emmy.
cute. And I got to sniff him. Oh my gosh, he smells like heaven. That's the first thing I did. He's like this big, y'all. He's so little. And I was like, oh, let's
he
have
was
another one.
he was
And I was
born
like,
5 pounds 12 ounces, so he's a little baby.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like this is
he's
newborn,
super
and it's
tiny.
big on him.
Man, listen, he is tiny. I was like, and I asked Austin when I went to the hospital, I'm like, did George hold him? I know he looked like Godzilla holding him. It's a little bit.
George
I
was
did
like,
He
not.
just hold
I'm
him.
okay.
I'm so
Hey, me and
afraid of
George did not
holding
hold him.
newborns,
Yeah, me
bro.
and George, and we didn't do it. I rubbed his foot. That's all.
He's
Grandma
so
was there.
cute,
I was
though.
like, no, let grandma do it. Grandma does.
And see, we
I,
went there and nobody was there, and I knew I was gonna hold him, and I knew I wanted to smell underneath his chin and his breath, and I mean the whole room smelled like him. That baby cologne, they need to bottle it and sell it just so I can clear up my nostrils once a week. And I left the hospital like, oh, I need one more, and then Tootie literally told me to shut up yesterday and kicked me on my bad knee, and I said, you know what, actually, I'm ready
As
for
he
this
as he should
terror
have.
stage.
yep.
He should
Yes,
have.
So people are asking how little brother or big brother and mom are holding up. Mom's doing great.
yes,
She
yes, she is.
is a trooper, and big brother is enjoying being big brother. He every time he cries, he runs in. And he goes, "Why is baby brother crying?"
Oh,
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
So, but yeah,
listen,
I'm gonna let you guys finish out the show. I just wanted to come say hi and have Emerson make his appearance.
he's so
Beautiful
cute.
baby. It's a baby.
It's a baby. He is just adorable. And shout out to Vanessa. First of all, I got to give her her props because I'm eating like a pregnant woman when I know damn well I'm not pregnant. So I brought gifts for little man because it was his birthday, baby shower gifts because they didn't have a shower, and I brought Vanessa a gift as well. I hope she liked it because she didn't open when we were there, but I hope
Oh
she
yeah,
loved it.
oh yeah.
It's so cute. I got our boy mom kit. But I asked Austin because I'm all like about the mamas first. I was like, hey, what kind of snacks does she like? And he was like, lime hot Cheetos with pickles. And I'm like, that must be a pregnancy thing. Try it. Get the little deal ones, the little baby deals with some hot Cheetos.
The only
Chef's
psychopath that was
kiss.
sitting here eating mini pickles with a fork and 2 hot Cheetos at one time.
No, I wanted to test the theory. I got Takis, blue hot Takis. I got hot Cheetos, pickles, sour wrap candy, and I also had a tub of cream cheeses. I seen that online somewhere. I really didn't care for it, but the pickles and the hot Cheetos, oh my gosh. So shout out to
Yeah,
her.
it's
Shout
good.
out to her for giving birth, first of all.
Yeah, big shout out. Big shout out to all the moms in the chat.
Big shout out to all the moms. But all right, everybody. Just wanted to come in and say hi with little
All
man.
right,
I
Sniff
probably
is
won't be
Yes.
here next week either. I'm on paternity leave. But yeah, no, you guys, they're gonna hold it down anyway, so I'm not worried.
Hey, sorry, let us know.
Oh.
We'll
miss you.
DoorDash you a bottle of wine or something. You know.
Okay. Margarita. She's margarita over wine for sure.
Okay, all right. That's all you got to tell me. Clock
Yep.
it. Me too. Me too. All right, well, we'll let you and
Alrighty.
Pikachu go because that's
All
his
right,
new name,
y'all.
Pikachu. We'll see y'all next week.
Pikachu. Bye, Austin. Aw.
Oh, Lord, he's so cute. I promise. Y'all think
Cute
he's
baby.
precious?
Nope. You log off
I'm
for
going to just
5
say
minutes.
this. Y'all think he's precious over video chat? You know how you have like cute outrage where you just, that's how cute he is in person. He's so freaking cute. That's Pikachu right there. But congratulations to Austin and Vanessa and their family. But let me tell you why I said I'm the shit. Because last week I said, you're not coming next Tuesday. I said it on air. I said, I don't think she's going to make it to next Tuesday. Let me drop this stuff off to you before then. We had tried to make days to plan out where it just wasn't mixing. And then I get a text like, it's time. And I'm like, I told you. And then I was chatting with him, texting him during her labor. And I said, I don't see him being born today. He's going to be born tomorrow, which I believe was like Wednesday or Thursday. And I said, the time is going to be between 7 and 9 p.m. Be prepared. He was born during the 7 o'clock hour the next day. Like I said, I'm that girl. I
She's
predicted
a
it
true
all.
psycho. I mean, psychic.
Listen, when Spirit starts chattering, and it's so crazy because I feel like Austin's baby was supposed to be a girl because they told me he was a girl several times. Several times. It was like, oh, it's a girl, it's a girl, it's a girl. And I was like, okay, girl. And then he ended up being a boy. And I'm like, well, all boys kind of turn into girls, or all girls turn into boys because, you know, evolution whenever you're in the womb. But they be lying sometimes. It's okay. But they was right about that. In labor
And
for
the fact that
6 hours.
she picked the exact time. Like,
Yep.
she gave it a
Come on
2-hour time frame.
Come on.
I told you, psycho. I mean, psychic.
A little bit of both. Because I don't know why my ancestors was talking about somebody else's baby. They were excited too because I've been chatting with Austin. And I'm just like, how is she doing? How are you? Well, how many centimeters are? I was so excited because I remember them days, you know, laid up in that hospital bed. I went through 42 hours of labor with my first. So I definitely want to make sure
Jesus.
she was okay.
That's
And I
crazy.
was praying that it was going to be.
Hey, George. It was
What?
Noah's fault, though.
Her fault?
Yeah,
It's
because
always my fault.
she made me take her to Buffalo Wild Wings on the way to the hospital.
Really?
And she decided to eat like a 12-piece
They
hot
said
wings.
it would make me spicy food is supposed to make you go into labor, and she did it all natural. She's a baddie. Period.
Wait. You went for like the Inferno challenge or whatever they're blazing.
I don't know what she was. I don't know what she was trying to do, bro.
No, I remember my order. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and I ordered all flats, extra spicy because it's supposed to like help with labor, throw you into labor. But baby, I was laid up for 42 hours. I went in the hospital 2 days before her birthday. So I went in the hospital on the 22nd. She wasn't born until the 24th.
We was literally in the hospital for so long that they had me in there because our first baby, you know, we didn't know what we was doing. So we hired a doula. Shout out to Cassie.
Yes. We didn't know what we were doing.
So we hired a doula. And she brought us these nasty ass like maternity cookies. We was in there for so long, we was eating them nasty ass cookies almost.
Ooh. Like the dry ones that are just like they just
baby.
crumble. Like
they would, yes.
No, they weren't.
Like,
no, they still taste better than crumble. Don't do Cassie. They just
no. I wasn't saying crumble cookie. Crumble cookie's a great cookie. I was saying they were like crumbling.
I don't like them. They're too sweet.
I agree with you. They are too sweet. But you know,
that's why you
the
eat
flavors
them in sections. You eat like a fourth of it. It's like a cake. You got to cut it in fourths.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
See,
If
Jessica,
not,
she
I'm
said
going to shock.
her epidural failed miserably. So did mine. So they gave me an epidural. Not only did it fail miserably, I still have back pain from my epidurals, but I had the epidural and I'm like,
Set a timer
something's
for 1
not
minute.
right. I can still feel these contractions. So I went through 42 hours, almost, let's say 30 something hours of just pure. And if the epidural was there, it only took a little bit of an edge off. It was painful. It was a waste of time. It's
Well,
not worth
she was
the back
breached and a
pain.
whole bunch of other stuff. So it was we didn't have the greatest first birthing experience. So I'm thankful for anybody who has a beautiful birthing experience.
Yeah. That was scary, but I'm glad that Austin and Vanessa were able to have a birthing experience. I'm glad that my good sis is the Hulk in my head because she had that baby quick. I'm like, how's she doing? Oh, she's fine. Not too much
Yeah,
pain. I'm like, what do you mean?
they seemed like so like relaxed, and that was like kind of throwing me off. Where it was, I mean, I've never had a kid, I've never had the experience, and that's why I was definitely not going to touch Emerson. I just
Nah, you're next,
I don't
bro.
know my
You're
own.
next. It's your
No, I
turn.
get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get Mr. Fresh. You know, you
Now,
try every once in
listen,
a while. You try.
as cute as Emerson and every baby is, they are highly ghetto. They are. And
I
if you
could
ain't
see it
ready
in
for
them.
that shit, I don't think anybody ever is ready to have a baby. So take your
That's
time. Even though it would be nice so I could smell somebody else's baby breath and underneath their neck.
mm.
Because it smelled real good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. Like my family, I already know is gonna just go like crazy. They're gonna just go absolutely apeshit. It'll be
Yeah.
like a royal baby birth. I swear.
And then y'all
I
have to deal with
promise
that
you.
for the rest of the baby's life. It doesn't matter how old they get. When my daughter was born, I mean, red carpets rolled out. Oh, that's grandma's baby. That's great grandma's baby. Great great grandma's baby. That's TT baby. It was just, oh gosh. It was,
Right.
to this day, my kid can call any one of her peoples, my peoples, and be like, I want this. And they're like, oh, okay. I just sent the money for this. Like, come over. She could spend the week with us. She could spend a month with us. Now, them boys, I don't know about that because they're a little ghetto. They ghettoer than my daughter, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. They're gonna start beating Austin up eventually, and I told him like it's no days off. And I know Mr. Fresh and you walk around every day having to fight for your territory, and that's just
Listen,
where you're at in your boy's life. Like you guys
it's
are
survival. If they're
No,
not fighting me for my
got to get
own
tough.
territory, I'm getting kicked in the knee. They're peeing behind the toilet. They don't have any aim. They don't even use hands at this point. I go through Clorox bleach and bleach wipes like underwears, toilet paper. Let's not start on toilet paper. It is very ghetto, but they're the best, most ghetto decision that I've ever made in my life.
yeah, because
Seriously, to have
George,
a little
once you
legacy,
got
you can look at
kids,
them. It's beautiful.
not only do they use the toilet paper, but they eat it too. So now
Legitimately,
you might have to buy a roll just for somebody to chew to
yes.
throw at somebody else. It gets
Tootie
real ghetto.
definitely choose toilet paper. I don't know what's wrong with my child.
I'm like, you got
And then the
Pika,
biggest
bro.
one choose straw sometimes.
Yeah, no, I can't say I don't exhibit some of those behaviors. That's the issue. I don't think I'm ready to be a parent. I've eaten toilet paper before, and I've eaten paper straws. So like, am I
Well, now
even
you got
qualified?
now you got a father bonding experience. Now you can relate with your kid.
Yeah. I don't even get mad at them because some of the things that they do, I can remember doing when I was 5 to 9, just taking the sticky part
It
off
just
of pads
happens.
that belonged to my mom. That was fun. Ruining stuff around the house just for the hell of it, making experimental food. These are the things that parenthood is made out of, apparently. So I'm
Do
not
your
even
kids
mad.
do your kids ever just make the ingredients to make brownies and then just eat the brownie batter?
Yes, Maddie is. It's Maddie. It's Max. Max is
That's
our
all me.
problem child when it comes to that kitchen. That
No,
girl
Max
will
is
look up
ghetto.
a recipe online, make it, have the kitchen look like it just
A
was a
tornado.
hurricane that ran through it,
Yep.
and then won't even finish it. We'll just eat whatever she's.
No, this is Max. Max will be like, I want peanut butter cookies. but we only got Oreos, right? Some way, somehow, she mixes some batter. She mixes flour. She'll take the Oreos, crunch them up, mix them with peanut butter, and make her own fucking
it's
cookies,
a peanut
bro.
butter cookie.
Whoa.
No, she's our little chef Boyardee, for sure.
I mean, I used to. Oh my gosh, this probably made my parents want to like kill me. I would take the Caesar salad packets that they sell at the store, like the pre-made packets, and I would mix the Caesar dressing, the croutons, and the cheese, and just eat that. No lettuce.
You're
Then there was just lettuce.
You're great.
That's big back. That's big back right there.
That's Flash. So my 9-year-old, you know, I came downstairs and they walk home, and I noticed there was a bowl that looked like it was sour cream in it. And I'm like, who cooked something that requires sour cream? He said, oh no, I just ate it plain. And I said, what do you mean? What do you mean you ate it plain? They'll eat the sauces. They will squirt ketchup in their mouth. And I'm like, where are y'all getting these bad eating habits from? This is so ghetto. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
So,
my brother for sure ate ketchup.
And he'll put up a swimming pool of ketchup.
Yep.
For 20 fries.
Yeah.
I mean, how else are you supposed to get your like vegetable intake for the day? Is the way that I would look at it as a kid, you know? Because that's tomatoes.
No, like if you wanted spaghetti sauce, bro, you should have just asked me for spaghetti. Like,
very good point.
But children are always going to be ghetto. I was a ghetto child. I used to do the most diabolical. I used to drink ketchup out of the bowl too, so I can't get that upset. I used to eat matches, like fresh matches. I would eat them. This is why I'm the way I am now. I used to do a lot of things that made no sense. Like I consciously passed the hand soap and used my mom's shampoo until she popped my ass one day. Like, what is wrong with you? I would do these things. So I expect my kids to give it back to me tenfold. And yeah, don't have children if you're not ready to. Yeah, they grow up fast.
And now I wonder why my kids do the things they do.
Yeah. No, did you ever think about writing a book about it? Like your own parent chronicles? I feel like every parent kind of has like a journal's worth of
because I've been a parent for a while now. You're right, I should. Because I didn't know kids were ghetto, because whenever I met Mandela, he had a kid. He was a year old. Until I start actively help raise that child. And he gave himself a perm with Aquaphor. Aquaphor is expensive. And it was, he was the greasiest child. I mean, it was so bad. I was getting up Aquaphor.
Those are juiced.
No,
those
or when you took
juice curls, man.
When we lived in the older townhouse whenever Max was first born, and he took a whole can of her formula when he got mad and dumped it inside the vent with slices of cheese.
The vents were on the floor.
The vents were on the floor. So he lifted up the vent, poured everything in there, and then closed the vent back up.
And he was peeing in his dressers. He was so jealous, my poor baby. And we tried to include him in everything, but it was just too much. My big boy, he'll be 16 in December. He is the only child that I took to the hospital to see the sibling, and he cried when he looked at her and said no. He knew what he was signing up for, you know? So kids are just, you're right. I should write a chronicle because I have a testimony because I have been victimized by little people for the last 15 years. So
what you mean we're not going to Taco Bell alone no more?
You said, what about Taco Bell? Why did you put that bug in my ear?
Huh?
Why'd you mention Taco Bell? Because anytime anybody mentions Taco Bell, I have to go get Taco Bell.
Ma'am, I just bought you ribeye steaks for dinner. We're not talking about Taco Bell.
Okay.
What about make the steaks and
I'm damn near a vegetarian, and I order my Mexican pizzas with no meat.
Whoa.
We could have Taco Bell for lunch tomorrow.
Yay. Okay. We could do
It's a good compromise. Compromise live on television.
And now, guys, just to let you know, this is a different type of way, and I'm reading the comments on my TV screen. This is a different kind of way that you can call in. You just click the link in the description, correct, George?
Correct. Yeah, it's in both of the show's descriptions. Yeah, it's you get onto that link, and then it'll require you to just go through a browser, and it'll take you to StreamYard in this specific room, and then we can admit you in to tell your story. So it's a little bit different tonight. Sorry that the ticker seems to be moving like super fast. There's no way to slow it down, but there we go. That's what we're doing tonight, and this is the first night that we're really testing this out. And because Austin just had his kid, we kind of like aren't going to be here long if we don't get some callers. So if you want to get in,
do we have any voicemails?
No, we were going to save the voicemails for when Austin returns. So we're collecting right now, and I was thinking we do an episode just specifically on that. And yeah, we're good. Talk about that.
Yeah, so if you want to call in right now, we're just, catching up on things or reading the comments. Everybody's reminiscing when their big babies was little babies. All my kids were very big. Like Maddie, which we call her Max. Max was 9 pounds 4 ounces. My son Flash, it's not his name. His name is Grayson. Grayson was 8 pounds 10 ounces, and Tootie Tank was 10 pounds 11 ounces. Yeah, my doctor couldn't even deliver him. He was too big, and she was a petite med student, and so we had to get the anesthesiologist, who was a big muscular man, to pull him out. So, yeah.
I'm kind of offended that they didn't give me the option to pull my kid out. Like, hey, you want?
I wouldn't have trusted you. He was slimy. Listen. If anything happened, let them do it. Let them be responsible. I wouldn't want you to pull them out. But my kids were juicy. They even juicy now. Like, they just got the gene. I'm juicy. Give me a second to find out how to do the new call-in method. I promise y'all, I believe the link is in the bio. And I know that ticker is moving. It says, call in to the show. Okay. By clicking the link in the description. 5 pounds, 12 ounces. Oh. I think Austin's baby was around that.
That's what Kai was. Kai was 5'11".
Yeah, and now guess what? He's 6'3".
No, he's 6'3", 337
Those
to be
dinosaur chicken
exact.
nuggets paid off, apparently.
No, that's all that Taco Bell you was feeding him. Now he's 337 pounds.
Yeah, he was a little boy whenever I met him. He was tiny. I'm surprised he's as big as he is. But Kyra's mom and his dad are tall people, so it doesn't surprise me. Like, his mom is taller than me. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you guys. Did you guys, which I kind of discussed it. I'm gonna move this out the way because my foot keeps hitting it. But we kind of discussed it, Mandela and I. Did you see where I had no idea, but King Tut's his body is being displayed over in Egypt at the Luxor? I can't hear you. Can you hear me, George?
Yeah, no, I had myself muted. Can you hear me now?
Oh.
Boom.
Yes,
Good.
I hear you.
So I was about to say King Tut is like the actual body as at the Luxor.
They went in his tomb.
Not the Luxor here, the Luxor over in Egypt. I think it's in
They went in his tomb, dug him up.
They've been dug them up. Yes, he's on display. And I'm just wondering why they want to fuck around and find out so hard, so bad.
Because
Yeah,
they thought that Annabelle was an issue. Wait until they found out about King Tut.
But surprisingly, he's been on display for a minute. I didn't know, at least since last year. And the reason why I didn't think they would play with it anymore is because back in like 1922, archaeologists went in and raided his tomb because it's full of gold and artifacts. And it was like a big team, and like 13 of them died mysteriously not long after. So they said that the things are cursed, like the items are cursed. But I'm just like, I kind of felt sad because
I don't
in
doubt
Egyptian
it.
culture back then, that was never meant to for us to see. Like they're supposed to stay buried, mummified, and they even cut the damn wraps off his body. I mean, when I say his whole complete body is just mute yourself, Mandela. His whole body is like just on display. I I fear. And then somebody was on TikTok dancing over his body.
No, that's you know it's coming to them, and I wouldn't want to be around specific energies. Like the Annabelle doll never has seemed interesting to me in any regard. Zach Baggins Museum, I like truthfully, I'm paying for this type of scare and this type of uncertainty on what's gonna, because like you're talking top tier entities that are attached to these beings.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I would never want to go experience. I feel bad going into the bodies exhibit at the
Oh,
Luxor
and
and
then that's
seeing all
another
those.
thing.
I'm
The
like,
bodies exhibit is a nun
whoa!
because, and I've
It gives
never
me the
been.
heebie-jeebies.
Okay, that's
Because
because
they
some of those
harnessing people's
people
bodies.
are said to be murdered people, kidnapped people, and they skin them. So there's one guy in particular, his mother said that that is her son, and his stepmom and his dad are responsible for his murder. She's saying they injected him with some type of cyanide and that she works for the government. Now, as crazy as this sounds, I did a deep dive. And that's that man. His picture, you can look on Google. You can type in mother thinks body exhibit body is her son, and you will see the similarities. She put a picture of the body and she put a picture of her son. They refused to do a DNA test. Okay. They won't do a DNA
Exhibit.
test on this corpse, but her son, I don't know the logistics and how his body ended up there, but she's adamant that's her child. And you couldn't tell me anything other about a child that I cultivated and created if I was in her same position. People are fucking around and finding out at an exponential, alarming rate. And I got my popcorn and my Henny to watch them do it. Because what are we talking about? You
Okay, I
kill
found
my
the picture
son
here.
and put him in the bodies exhibit at the Luxor. What do you mean you open and cut out all the wraps on King Tut's body?
Yeah, this is the one, I believe.
Yes, she keeps saying that's her son. And I'm sorry, I'm a mother before I'm a content creator. And if she said that's her son and they won't even give her a DNA test, they won't take the littlest bit of bone marrow or hell skin off of this corpse, something stink. She's
No,
not
for
that
sure.
crazy.
Yeah, no, that's I just
It's on
know
there.
that it's a very like spooky type of location. Like nothing about the bodies exhibit has ever seemed like it makes sense to me, and like we're not doctors, and like I feel
Mhm.
like if you want to study the human anatomy, you're probably going to end up going down that field anyways, and like that's like learning material, but like to profit off of those dead people's bodies. I mean, I
I,
guess
I don't get it, and the Bodies Museum is said to be
it's just
haunted
weird.
in itself.
I don't like it.
Sorry guys, I'm looking at the comments, reading them. But the Bodies exhibit wasn't always just in Las Vegas. It's predominantly been in Las Vegas for the past couple years. I don't know if it's still here, but they came to Sacramento. They toured with these, and I was in high school, and there was a opportunity for me to go to the bodies exhibit, and I told them absolutely not. I was a senior in high school. I said, "What you?" I wasn't even as spiritual as I was. I just believe in good and bad juju. You know, very very low level spiritualism, and I was just like, "You can't catch me." And they did it for the healthcare students that were interested in going to healthcare. And I said, "I'm not that interested. The first dead body y'all see, it'll be on my own recognizance. I don't want to do that." And it didn't seem right, you know. Um Having your body donated to science is one thing, but being put on exhibit, I heard there are stillborn babies in there, pregnant women in there. I don't want to know. not just that I don't want to see it, but those places are spiritually charged. I'm not bringing nothing home to me. Absolutely not. No dead people. I bet there will be a movie about what happened. Yes, and that man, we didn't get to read the Facebook post that the mom posted that George just had up on the screen. But that boy said his mom or his stepmom and his biological father were trying to kill him. It's very much ridiculous. And I've already been studying King Tut in depth, and he already had a very, or what they suspect to be a very tragic death, and them going in there stealing all his items, the canes that he walked with, even though he was only 19, between 18 and 19 years old when he died. Y'all are just trying to sign up at this point. Hmm. Yes, you guys call in if you have a story you wanted to tell. We're here.
We are here, and you just got to click that link down in the description. You could do it through your phone, so it will redirect you from like watching YouTube on your phone. So I would just recommend you switch it over to the TV, or have your friend record the TV. Last week we had Samaj call in, and I'm forgetting who is the original caller, but like Samaj was in the background. I'm blanking on the name.
Yes, it was almost like a
But
three-way call. That was dope.
it was an amazing time. So I mean, we have the lines open currently. There we go. Mari just posted in the chat. Thank you, Mari. And yeah, I am I'm
Like the
pretty
British
excited.
Museum. Christy, you're funny. Yeah, like the British Museum holding artifacts, keeping things safe. They are the biggest colonizers I've ever. Uh, until the Queen and the Royal House get back all them stolen artifacts from all over the world, including Haiti, Africa, everything. Listen. I don't trust none of them. D. Finkley was the caller. Okay.
D. Finkley. Boom. Thank you. Yeah, no, let's see. I gotta take my bonnet off, comb my hair to call in, or clutch my invisible pearls. Oh my goodness. Black Ivory.
Y'all,
You're
I got a
teasing
bonnet
us.
on. Y'all do not have to comb nothing. Okay, you can leave your bonnet
Dude.
on. That is a head protected.
And you don't even have to turn your camera on. You could leave your
You
camera off.
don't.
That's completely an option. So if you want to just call in, tell us your story. UFO story. We haven't had a UFO story in a while. Lots of I've been seeing on my Instagram recently. Have you been seeing that mysterious dot that's been moving across the ocean that they've been able to track through Google Maps?
No. Do
Okay, hold
tell.
on. I'm gonna pull this up. Mysterious
Do tell. Anna
uh
Club Erica, that is correct.
dot moving
I know that sounds random, George. My bad.
of the ocean.
Thank you,
Google Maps.
Jacinda.
I
It
saw this
is.
on
I fall
Instagram.
asleep on it too much. Yeah, there's a game coming out where you are playing as Africans reclaiming their stolen. Hello, good, because baby, listen. Everybody knows that I try to stay away from Egyptian story times, different things like that. But the way they doing King Tut, I don't appreciate it. He was disabled because his
Hmm.
parents were brother and sister, and so he had a lot of health issues. And that's not even what I suspect. That was one of the reasons that he passed, but that's not what historians suspect. So it's just like even more disrespectful that they're doing this to him.
I found it.
Okay, I'm excited because I had not heard of this.
Okay.
1 second.
According to Google Earth, what looks to be a 2 mile wide dome is slowly crawling along the floor of the northern Pacific Ocean, leaving behind a snake-like trail. So that's it right there. It's the Alaskan bullworm.
I was just
Uh,
okay. This is how I know we're not mature enough to run this show. We need no. Austin's not
Dude,
either. It's Alaskan bullworm. Because I promise, I was like, that looks familiar. This is the thing. until the government is truly transparent. And what the hell is in the ocean? Why do you keep setting bombs off? I mean, yeah, you said UAPs was coming from the ocean. A spiritualist already clocked that T. But there's something else there as well. And it's not just the UAPs. It's not just the I'm sorry. If you know me, you know I am a huge SpongeBob fanatic. I know every episode. But until they are transparent, we will keep seeing these types of things. They need to just tell us, hey, you know what? Y'all was right. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, they're really down there. The mermaids, the sirens, everything is down there. The UAPs and whatever else life that is strong enough to do something like that is down there.
Yeah.
I will never delete Facebook because that is one of the funniest platforms. That and TikTok. I mean,
It's just
I can't even see
okay.
it.
I Noah, I almost forgot to like remember to learn this, but I figure you might know. What is 6'7"? Why do people keep saying 6'7"? What is this? I'm
Is
so
it from
behind.
SpongeBob or is just a saying? Because I
No,
don't know
it's a
that
new
one.
saying. It's a new saying. Maybe I got to find somebody explaining it and then we can watch it together. I feel like I'm out of the loop.
I
Oh,
have me
Mr.
too.
Fresh, here, I'll add you back in here. Add to stage.
Somebody, I have to be real. Somebody called me auntie the other day, and I almost was offended because I've explained that I'm nobody's aunt. My niece and my nephews, they're under the age of 4. So I'm like, don't be calling me that. But then, like, my kids say certain shit, and I be like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't get it. And they'll just, they call us old people. But shout out to whoever that was. I can't see the comment no more, but they said they want a review of weapons. I can definitely do that for you. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you caught me live. Yes, he was still he was trying to deliver pizzas. Yes. His boulder was his car that day.
Hey, can y'all
But
hear me?
Yes, we can.
yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't cutting out. So what I wanted to touch base on what y'all was saying about what's in the ocean, which I know that. Listen, a lot of that stuff that we be seeing on movies that should be based off of real life. Like, I don't know if y'all was
Mm-hmm.
watching, but on the what was it, Godzilla versus Kong? One of the ways that they could
Mm-hmm.
get where Godzilla was or where Kong was going through the ocean to get to another universe.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that's
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm
why
fully with you.
maybe they're trying to keep Kong out of coming to the United States, so they just keep
Ah,
bombing the ocean.
listen,
I don't know.
please, please. I don't know what's down there, but whatever it is, the government does not want us to know about it. I don't think that the aliens hate us or that they are here to do harm. I mean, those kids in South Africa, what, 20, 30 years ago, that they all were on the playground playing. I'm going to do a video on it, but they communicated with the kids and showed them telepathically what the world was going to become. And they interviewed these children one by one, and their story was the same. And so I don't know why the government just won't keep it a buck 50 and be like, yo, there's things that live underneath there that you should be aware of because it puts us in a weird position whenever we see these things. They can't even explain what the hell that is.
Do you
Because think
think
about how
it's like the what people would consider the elite that control everything in the world, where like
Absolutely.
they're because if you're down there and you have full control of the ocean, which is 75% of the planet that we live on, we don't own, like maybe that's just saved for the elite and they make
It
the
is.
decisions and they come in and out of the water just to be able to, give their orders. And I think that
Listen,
that could be something that, like, if that was it, I wouldn't be like, oh, this doesn't make sense. I would be like, oh, well, we kind of have seen
well,
this coming.
that makes total sense. Elon Musk and the elite, the Jeff Bezos, the people that are ultra wealthy, not even rich, like they will never
Hmm.
spend all their money in a lifetime. They're not going off making underground tunnels. They're not buying spots on different planets that are habitable for us for no reason. Thank you so much, Ange, for the $5 the $5 super chat. It says, "Was hoping you could do a review of the movie Weapons." It said, "Yes, absolutely, I can do that. Thank you so much for sending over some love."
Ma'am,
But
I literally just told you we need to go. I tried to take you to the movies last weekend to see that.
yeah,
That's the
I
movie I was talking
listen.
about.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been told and sent movies that are not released yet by told about movies that are not released yet. He tried to take me to Weapons. I've never seen the previews, but there is a couple of horror movies that were sent to me by the companies that produce them to review them. So movie reviews are definitely something that is in
Ooh.
the works. I didn't even know that's how that works. I mean, technology, because I thought I was going to have to go into a private screening. No, the private screening can happen here at home. So I have like 2 or 3 movies that I have to review, and Weapons definitely I can do that for you, Ange. Thank you again for the super chat.
Yeah, they'll definitely they send you like the little Vimeo link. You type in the password. It feels so cool.
Yes,
You're like, oh,
I
this
never
is
did it.
badass.
I was like, wait a minute, but I guess
Hmm.
because of my videos, my video was Sinners, and if you haven't watched it, and I have a video that I am going to record talking about the skeleton key and breaking down the spiritualism around it. I think now they're like, hey, we want to hear your opinion because your opinion was pretty good. That video went super viral on YouTube. So if you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's a super deep dive of the movie Sinners. But yeah, I definitely
So
think
now
it's
you,
the elite knows about what the fuck is going
dude.
on in the ocean.
Oh, for sure. I
They have
just
to.
like you see something like that on Google Earth, and the thing is, we'll never be able to get to know because I am a firm believer that, at least in our lifetime, some of the things like getting to the bottom of the earth, like how can we do so many other things, but we can't get to like the very bottom of some of the deepest parts of the ocean? And how can we not
Right.
scan everything? Like, what do you mean we can't do this? We
Right.
could definitely do this.
You can
We
send a
could for
satellite
sure do
in
this.
space, but you can't get to the bottom of the ocean. Like it doesn't
Of
make any
course.
sense.
And that's what I was just gonna say. Mr. Fresh
It's
hit it
like, what
on
are we doing?
the head. There's no way. There's no way. It's bullshit, and they're expecting us to accept bullshit. Did you? And this is the lower level bullshit. Did you guys see that they canceled a lot of shows on PBS, and Trump and his administration has put on the new PBS propaganda? Look it up. It is insane. Like it is crazy. If you go to TikTok or even Google about
Several PBS Kids shows have been canceled, including Arthur, Cyber Chase, Curious George,
yes.
Super Y, Word Girl, Dinosaur
Mm-hmm.
Train, Clifford the
Mm-hmm.
Big Red Dog. What is
How dare
that
they? How
dummy
dare they
doing, dude?
play with Big
Eleanor
Cliff?
wonders why. Elmo's Way, Carl the
Yes.
Collector, Older Clifford. Wow, they really
This is the
they burned that
beginning.
one
If
out.
we don't get this man out of office, some way, somehow, it was a TikToker saying he was gonna pass on the 26th. I don't know if I believe that 100%, but if we don't get him out, he is literally starting to become what North Korea is, putting propaganda out. If you look at, so they made a children's show. They took all those classics off, those educational TV shows off to put on a new show where it is Christopher, I believe, don't quote me,
Okay, I have a
Christopher
video.
Columbus. It's a cartoon and it's talking about slavery. And if you can find that shit, my mouth was open for at least 10 seconds. A fly could have came in there.
Trump
Yep, that's it.
administration is now seeking to replace PBS with Prager University, a far-right propaganda organization that isn't actually a university. One of their kids' videos has Christopher Columbus telling them that slavery was no big deal and better than being killed. What?
Slavery is
No, I promise. When I first heard about this last week, I said, "Oh no, you're just shitting me."
Okay,
Here
all
we
right, hold
go.
on. Let's hear.
But why
slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
No way. Well, I mean, Christopher Columbus is a bad guy. So like I'm glad that that's at
Listen,
least being like broadcasted that like
Let
that's
me-
not like somebody who we call a hero. I think we're all in the same boat as Christopher Columbus was terrible. And
Let
there was
me just
people
say
that found.
this.
Go ahead. Do your
Slavery
thing.
was a fucking big deal. They ate us.
Go ahead.
They made furniture out of our hair, our skin. George Washington had a pair of slave teeth in his mouth because that was what dentures was. They was real fucking teeth. They threw our little babies in the damn bayous as alligator bait. Okay, they broke our men in front of the whole village because they knew they could. What are you talking about? It wasn't that bad. I said, oh Lord, this man gotta go. He got to go. You cannot rewrite history to the point of the detriment of a population society. This feels like communism. It feels very dangerous. We're in a dangerous time. And if you guys have not watched Amanda Seals versus 20 Black conservatives, watch it because this is the epitome of what I'm fighting for, what Amanda Seals is fighting for, against, I should say. They literally, they didn't come here and just say, hey, you're going to be our captors. No, they came here, raped our women. There's no way that I have 2 Black parents and I have 23% Caucasian DNA. There's no way. My mom is a deep chocolate Black woman, but because my dad was my complexion, this is what I get. We have been colonized so many times over. And it wasn't just colonization, it was ravaging. And for him to do that, I said, oh, he's just doing what he wants. Shout out to Gavin Newsom because Gavin's not playing with that man. Like, he's the only Democratic party or person in the party that has spoke out and said, if we don't do something, this is going to be our children's future. So PBS kids, RIP to you, because I grew up on PBS. I mean, Reading
Same,
Rainbow,
dude.
Arthur, Clifford the Big Red Dog,
Dragon Tales.
What was it? Zoo something. A boomer. Ooh, y'all tell me what the little.
Zaboomafoo?
Yes, all of that. I grew up in the era where PBS Kids was great, Sesame Street, all of it. And it's just very sad that this is what it's going to become if we don't do something. But I shit you
I mean,
not.
do you get what I was saying though? Like, Christopher Columbus is revered now as like he's a bad guy, and we honestly don't know why we celebrate a day off for this guy. Like, he definitely is not a let's get the day off for him. And so like him saying that could also be, maybe it's used as a lesson that like, hey, Christopher Columbus, this is the way that he thought of it. It was terrible. Like,
Christopher Columbus was a fucking idiot.
Holy shit. We have a caller. We have Black Ivory.
Okay, I'm gonna let them go, but I'm gonna finish it with it. Christopher Columbus was a fucking idiot. He said he saw mermaids, and once he did, and he slept with a mermaid. He had sexual relations with a mermaid, and it was really a walrus. Go ahead to the caller.
Black Ivory, right now, I just want to let you know, you don't need to have your camera on, but if you want to have your camera on, that's cool. All right. Perfect. All right. I'm adding her to the boom. Black Ivory. What is good?
Hello from the depths of non-communication.
Long time no see.
Black Ivory.
Long time no see.
I know. And my intro would be he was having sex with a mermaid that was really a walrus.
Yeah,
I just feel like that was something to say before.
I shit you not. It was.
That's so funny.
Perfect timing. Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, chat. I have missed you dearly.
We missed you too. We put out an APV. We said she's MIA. Where is she at? So we're so happy to see you rejoin us this week.
The way Dre gently yet firmly grabbed me by my baby hairs and dragged me out of one chat to this one.
As the universe does. We all get that. Yeah, it's okay.
Listen, and part of me was like, well, the whole time I had been gone, I was like, okay, well, all right, things ain't that bad. Let me just go ahead and try and, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest, y'all really do feel like family. I didn't want to be in here faking, okay, and pretending like everything was, good in the neighborhood, and it just wasn't. And
Yeah.
trying to pretend, you know what I mean? Trying to pretend like, okay, yeah, jokes and laughs and shenanigans in the
Yeah.
chat. Meanwhile,
No,
on the
for
other
real.
side, it's like, okay, I
Yeah.
wasn't about to do
Yeah.
that. Okay, I
Yeah.
just didn't.
We
I
appreciate. Yeah,
respect it, and
yeah.
that's why, and I respect it so much. And those who are watching on my channel, they be dragging me because they don't see me for a month, and I make content out of nowhere. Because life be lifing, baby. Like I don't want to come on and fake the funk. Like I'd rather come
Right.
on with good energy and the jokes and the spiritual reparations, the fuck arounds and find out, than to come on there with the blues. So I respect it, and I hope that you had a good break, just
Thank
decompressing, getting
you.
everything together.
Thank you. I did, because I would look, a part of it, like once, some issues that started, once I was like in it, I was like, all right, you know what? Handmaid's Tale is on, is back, and let me try to use this as a distraction. And that was on Tuesday. So it was like, you know what? I'm not in the chat, but I'm spending time with my boyfriend watching Handmaid's Tale. Then that ended all dumb, and I was mad. And I was like, y'all took me away from Calls from Beyond for this dumbass ending. Okay, how dare how dare you? Okay. Give me my Tuesdays back, God damn it. Okay, you owe me now. But yeah, so then, like I said, when I saw Dre, I had been already feeling like, okay, maybe this gonna be the week I'm gonna go ahead and dip my toenail back in the chat. But then when I saw her, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't care what's going on. I don't care how tired I am. Okay, it's happening tonight. Okay, so
Let's
thank
go.
y'all for the warm welcome back. And I
Listen,
mean,
Ashe, we missed you.
yes, and
For
I
real.
feel like it was a bit of a foreshadowing. I feel like it's only right that I come back with a story about fear and comedy and pain and my hoo-ha. Okay. So like the weeks,
Wait, yo,
As
what?
only you could do.
Say that one more time.
a few, a few weeks before I was MIA, right? There's a bathroom on the first floor, and I was wearing these real comfortable pants. If you ever know me, if you ever actually catch me cute, just know the shoes not gonna match, because I'm gonna choose comfort over fashion every time. Okay, so
Of course.
I had on these pants that really don't fit anymore. They are like, the elastic is gone, but it made me feel like, these are so big because I'm not big enough to fit them, when really the elastic just not working. Okay, so I have these long ass polyester blend pants on that are already very long, and I have a nerve to walk my ass into the downstairs bathroom with the tile. Okay, I don't know if you see where this is going, but before I'm able to even really bend, apparently some of the pants was underneath my foot, and before I knew it, I had slipped. I tried to reach for the wall that had nothing on it, so I actually just rammed my elbow into the wall as I was thrust down onto the toilet. And I don't know how my hip, my elbow, my knee, and just the left side of my vagina was severely injured. Okay. I mean,
Oh Lord.
it was like someone had slapped me down on it. And I was really looking around like I had been assaulted. Like that couldn't have just happened all in the bathroom by myself. It's no way. So I'm looking around, and my boyfriend had a nerve. I mean, love him to dearly. But he gonna say, you want to go to the hospital? You think I'm about to look in some ER triage nurse's face and tell her that happened? And that's why just the left side of my vagina
I'm
feels
both
like
having my vagina
I need
on the
some
toilet.
I
Left
would
side.
never. Okay, I would never. And there, shout out to people who do. You know what I'm saying? You got a gerbil in places and things like that. If you're brave enough to go to the hospital, you know what I'm saying? Respect, because I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm not gonna sit there in pain, and then when they call me, hobble, and when they say, "Oh, why you limping?" That's the reason. No, y'all not gonna be talking about me. Like, you remember that time that lady came in because she slipped in the bathroom and fell just only half of her vagina. She said
Or
that was
what if it shift change and now you got to show them you got to show multiple
oh my
doctors your
God,
vagina more
right.
than once.
No,
Right.
yeah. The
Okay.
fear, listen, when I was a kid, I was an extreme tomboy. I used to jump gates, jump other little boys with my ghetto homegirls. And one time I heard, no, not one time. Let me quit lying. A couple times jumping over fences. I hurt my hoo-ha, and I would tell my mom, and she'd be like, "Well, if it don't feel better tomorrow, we'll take you to the doctor." It didn't feel better for a week. It was bruised because, unlike men, there's no banana and apples to catch that trauma, and it's sore. It's bone. It's your pelvic bone. So you
Okay.
can bruise your pelvic bone. I refuse to let any doctor see my hoo-ha when I was little because I was like,
Okay.
hell nah.
Right.
No.
And listen, Shaman is tripping because I don't know what made me look over. He gonna say, you could have said you slipped on some shower gel. They not about to send a gynecologist and an orthopedic specialist to my elbow
No.
and recommend therapy. And
Listen, I
no, they
hurt my
not.
tailbone and was so
No, they
ashamed as
not.
a child that I wasn't gonna let nobody see my booty crack. I wasn't letting nobody see that so they could ask me all these. Listen,
I'm
I
sorry,
get
man.
it.
We have to do a ultrasound on your pelvic bone.
Okay,
I'm gonna need you to pull
right.
your whole
No,
coochie out.
No,
baby.
yeah,
Listen,
no.
listen. And there's some things, it's like, if you got to see it, I feel like I should be the one paid. I'm not about to pay the hospital for them to get a viewing for, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of money. I'm not earning any money.
She
You know what I'm saying?
said, "Listen, this
I
is
just couldn't bring
paid,
myself, I
not."
couldn't bring myself
Give
to
me
it.
the ice.
Yes,
Okay,
and
exactly.
that's what I would do too. Like, no, because I was
Exactly.
a kid when all this was happening, but you grown. Like, baby, there's no Cash App or Zelle. You're not just about to be looking at me. What do you
Right.
mean?
Okay, exactly. It just wasn't about to happen. But I felt like it was foreshadowing though, because it's like I just felt like it was a lot of body parts all hurt at the same time, and I just didn't see where nothing was coming. And that's exactly what the following weeks was feeling like. Like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a different something. What is going on? So yeah, I just felt like I should have been like that was a spiritual. You know what I'm saying? They was
No,
trying to
you need
warn
to.
me.
You know what it is,
Okay.
and this is for everybody that's even listening. Because some things are worldly. Do not get me wrong. Some things are worldly, meaning they have explanations that make sense, right? So if you had not just said, it seemed like every day, Monday started off with my crotch, it started off with my sugar pot, Tuesday was my arm, Wednesday was my back, Friday or Thursday that was a leg, Friday was my ass crack. I don't know, right? If it was just a one and done and you just hurt yourself, that's one thing. But I would highly recommend that you cleanse because sometimes
No,
people,
you're right.
entities, they try to get to you, right?
Yeah, you're
And
right.
because they can't whoop your ass the way they really want to, it's
Right.
very much so like mishaps where you slipped in some pants when you was looking good, right? Because they don't like to see that. They hate to see that shit coming. They hate to see somebody that they are like jealous of look good and feel good. Then it could be just you being you. Like that's what I'm saying. It is so much more to this shit, especially when you open yourself up and you realize like life is more spiritual than it is worldly. I will say that. But sometimes we have some haterade that we don't even know is being directed towards us. Every day something else should not be hurting on you. If you did fall, I'm
Yes.
gonna say if you fell, then I listen, I'm 34 years old. I fall, it's gonna take me 5 to 7 business days to recover. And something else might
Listen.
be hurting you. But if you hurt your crotch, right, and then your neck hurting, what do you mean? That's not even
Yes.
connected. If you hurt your
Right.
crotch and your finger hurt, that's not connected. So I would say cleanse because they will cause minor inconveniences, minor injuries, and we'll think, oh, we're just clumsy. No. Same thing that happens around people that don't like you. You seem to stumble over your words. You forget what you're trying to say. That spirit trying to protect you. It is very much so spiritual.
Somebody
So
don't want you
make
to talk,
sure.
but it make you think like if she would have cleansed right there at that moment, would her following weeks have went the transpired the way they
No.
did?
No,
That's an
exactly, and
interesting
that's what
thought.
I'm exactly saying. You think you was just being clumsy with your beautiful polyester pants on, right?
Right.
But sometimes it is a little bit more spiritual than that. Like one time I fell in front of the wrong person. And it's like every time I would go around this person, I would have a fall. I had not fallen since I was like 13 years old, still outside being a
Wow.
tomboy. And I had to notice, like, yo, you're falling in front of the same person. You're forgetting your thoughts in front of the same person. Shut the fuck up, for one,
Yeah.
and cleanse yourself and like cut it off. And people can send that energy whenever you're not even in their presence. So make sure y'all are taking care of yourselves. Spiritual hygiene is so important.
No, no, you're absolutely right. And I can't even make excuses because if I'm being still transparent, part of me has been lacking in the spiritual cleansing area because it was
Yep.
like when I was
Hello.
getting it together, I'll be honest, it was some stuff I wasn't really ready for that was happening. It was like, oh, okay, you open now, can you send a message to I was like, no, I can't. I want to
No.
I just want to be sitting here chilling, acting a fool in my own little space. I don't really want to be,
Yeah.
noticing little coinky dinks and a shadow here and
Yeah.
a coincidence here, and you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? A random smell here, and I know who that smell like,
Yeah,
but I know they
listen,
ain't
they
here.
will cut your water off, baby. And as someone that is, you can pay me to be a $3 bill. I'm not a fake woman. That's not none of it. I am
Mm-hmm.
guilty of having raggedy, and I'm going to say raggedy because,
I was spiritual hygiene. I was just about to
oh
say
my
it.
God, raggedy spiritual hygiene.
I was about to
Yes.
say
And,
it. You wonder why your life is in shambles, and then you look
mhm,
around and you be like, well, maybe I should have cleaned up that pile of clothes last week.
And
You know
you're
what I mean?
right.
listen,
You be wondering why your life is in shambles, and then you be thinking about it like, this garage is junky as fuck, and you be like, maybe. Like, I'm not saying that everything lead to something like she said
no,
previously. However,
everything ain't spiritual.
when you look around and you be like, my life is in shambles. Well, damn, I ain't washed these dishes in 4 days. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it be little shit like that, and you don't think about it, but really it ties back to something else.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
And for me, honestly, again, shout out to Dre. Because I just feel like it was also a full circle moment because it was like, yes, I need to get back into that regardless. You know what I'm saying? But I also need to do the same thing that I did. If I need to take a break, take a break. But at the same time, like, just go ahead and fucking be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be trying to fake no funk for nobody. Like, not for these internet streets, not for these real streets. Lord knows, not for the real
No,
streets. Because,
be
you know,
you, be you, be
at,
you.
look, at
Always.
my job, I'm on a tightrope because it's like, I do good at my job, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say they haven't been like Ivory, the tone, okay? The tone, but at the same time, I can only give you this nice tone for a little bit. And you didn't ask me the same question 176 different times. It's like if Johnny got 5 motherfucking apples, okay? Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm at work and I know they monitor my calls. So it's like I can't say motherfucking apples. But if you ask me, it's something more than another thing, and you're an adult, like I know hundreds are less than thousands. Why do I have to say that plainly to you? But it is what it is.
Let me
But
tell you,
I feel like it
cleanse,
was full
girl.
circle for her to be like, get your shit together and bring your ass back where
No,
you
when I
be.
tell you cleanse, because as someone who I worked in call centers, I even
I
opened
was
a
just
call
about
center.
to say that,
As
bro. Go
somebody
ahead.
that worked, and listen, I ain't under no NDAs. I was a fraud analyst for Barclays Bank for years. And as someone that is now more spiritually mature than I was then, because this is back in 2017, 2018, 2016, as someone who is spiritually more inclined now, I realized that people wanted to see me fail. And because they couldn't touch me, they would even like wish hardships at work, the hardest callers, the hardest supervisors, the hardest teammates. So I get what you're saying. And I didn't just work for Barclays. I worked for Anthem, the insurance company. Like I was a specialist in Medicaid. I know what you're talking about. It's like, damn, you giving me the most idiotic, rudest customers in the world for no reason. These are the signs, the subtle signs that you don't think that they're signs of crossing because they can't get to you for real, for real. So they're gonna make everything. They can get to you, but they can't get to you the way they want to get to you. So they make everything so inconvenient to the
Facts.
point where you're like, God damn, today was long. I
Right.
didn't. I
And you
literally
seem like you
walked
got the
into
never
work
ending
and
calls, like call after call after call. And
you get a call.
Yes.
You get off
at
at
some point,
5:30. You get a call at 5:29. What the fuck? Like,
and
there's
it be
no
that call
way.
that take 45 minutes, and now you clocking out 45 minutes late, and you getting yelled at for doing overtime.
Yes. Well,
Or
so
you don't.
luckily, I don't really have the issue with the overtime, but it's like what I'm not going to be able to do is give excellent service in 3 seconds.
No.
So, that's my thing. Oh, and listen, I'm gonna pretend like I am officially a co-host because Shaman gonna say polyester pile driver, evil eye is crazy work. You know what? I'm gonna put you in timeout. I'm gonna pretend like I have the authority to put
Hey,
you in timeout.
I ain't
Okay.
gonna. I listen. Go ahead and log off because sometimes I'll be
Time
wearing
out.
polyester too. Don't do her. Okay.
No. Black Ivory and Shaman's kryptonite. Because last week Shaman was saying that he been acting right, And now Black Ivory back, and now Shaman showing his ass. Like, here we go.
Listen, and this is the thing. They all look like what I do. It's comments like that that get you to log out.
Listen,
it only took for Black Ivory to resurface.
Okay, and it's not even that I'm ignoring. I don't know why every time I lean up, that's the comment that's right there. Because the last one I saw was like, you could have, it's better than telling them that you fell on a pair of pants. Well, tell me how I'm going to explain just half of my vagina hurting. Because I'm not, if I fell in the shower or fell on some shower gel, how did just half of my vagina, what did it fall on to just half of it? Like, I don't want to tell nobody I fell on the toilet.
Half a bike
the
seat.
The spirit of procrastination, the spirit of inconvenience, they can be sent to you very easy. Just Dre said, that just made me think me and my kids just got bumped by a car that got smacked from behind home and it just disappeared. But these are minor inconveniences. Subtle magic is a thing. It is a thing, baby. Last year, I crashed Mr. Fresh's car. I totaled it out, and I can promise you, minor inconveniences shit is a thing. That is a magic on its own. And
hold on, time out. That wasn't a minor inconvenience, ma'am. That wasn't a minor inconvenience.
It was a big inconvenience, but
no, when she crashed my car, I had it for 3 days. That wasn't minor.
It was 3 days, y'all. I had the car for 3. He had the car for 3 days. And look at the little kitty. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, okay, it's okay. Yes, but I saw the catwalk too.
I can't. And speaking of kitties,
it's AI.
I could not adopt out my kittens. Everybody loves fucking kittens. I could not adopt mine out to the point where I am surrendering them tomorrow to the SPCA because minor inconveniences. And I know for sure that there are people that were supposed to get a kitten that wanted a kitten but really couldn't have it because
never responded after the fact or anything.
Yes. This is what I'm saying. Like, this shit runs deep, and minor inconvenience magic to the women and men that do it, y'all are really MVPs because y'all know how to do it very, very well. You won't die. It's just the inconvenience of everything. So that's why whenever I feel like I'm being crossed in that way, I literally say, God, make it easy for me. Now I have my my Alekes and Orishas through regular Deoshas. So my Alekes and warriors through regular Deoshas. So I have the ability to say, Orishas, make it easy for me. Block all of that. You getting stopped at goddamn every light that you come across. Those are minor inconveniences. You think it's a just an inconvenience or a coincidence. No. So cleanse your space and start asking the good Lord to make it easy for you. Ask your ancestors to move out any obstacles and make things easy for you and cleanse. Trust me, I am a habitual person. Like, I have the bad habit of forgetting to do spiritual cleanses, even though I'm in this shit and indoctrinated in it for years. If you don't cleanse, you're letting somebody play on your top, essentially.
And then real quick, before we let Black Ivory go, I want to say 2 things. One thing I want to say to you said it was Dre that said that about the bump. I would have looked in the mirror and said, jackpot, when me and my kids got bumped and we had been on our way to get ultrasounds, CAT scans, MRIs. I would have got radiation treatment. I would
turn your minor inconveniences into paid days.
Not radiation.
We would have walked out the hospital with an insurance check for $50,000. And then Black Ivory, one thing I wanted to say to you is, I understand we all go through it. That's part of life. We all go through it. We all hit rough patches. However, as you stated when you first called in, you ain't want us to see you like that because we're family. But family is supposed to be there for you whenever you're going through it as well.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope don't nobody I know hear this because I'm gonna get drugged for coming on here because they be like, yeah, that bitch be in hey with me all the time. But no, you're absolutely right. And for real, that's another reason why I was like, as soon as Drea called me in the chat, it was like, I already knew. Okay, I already knew that it wasn't no like excuse. You know how sometimes you be like, what can I say to be like this? No, it wasn't nothing to be said. Like, I already knew that I was coming back. So again, like, I don't even have the words to say like, thank you so much for it. I'm serious. Like, Thank you so much, because y'all really are like family. And look, like
Excuse me.
all
And you said
everybody.
just Drea. She called you on the chat.
Listen, I was just in a listen. Rebecca's journey was live, and I was like, oh, she's live on a Saturday. Let me just go ahead and whatever. And I was just, nothing, doing nothing, just in the chat, being slightly ridiculous, looking at her pick a outfit. And just Dre was like, Black Ivory, what the hell? In
Now he's
here,
clocking you
yes,
for another creator.
I
Shout out
know.
to Rebecca
Okay.
Jordan.
Okay, she like, now you just gonna come to church on Easter Sunday, like you come here every year, like get your what is going on? Bring your ass, okay? Bring that ass
Just
back to the
Drea.
chat
I'm
where
so
you're supposed
glad.
to be on Tuesdays.
Man, listen, I'm so glad because we have a standing family reunion every fucking week. And
It
we learn, we
is.
laugh. Some of it brings up old trauma, some of it may cause tears, but we still here, goddammit. And I appreciate just Dre. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Samaj, Crystal, Mari, Christy, everybody.
Yes,
Because
Jacinta.
without
Yes.
y'all, this Calls from Beyond does not exist without y'all, and I'm just so grateful that you guys come every week. And whenever one of y'all not here, I'm like, okay, all right, let me put out this APV.
Where they at?
And we did that
Where they
last
at?
week,
Yes.
and look, we found you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, I sincerely appreciate the warm welcome. It is very good to be back. I would have been having to do 1,000 ats if I was just trying to add everybody. Like it really is everybody in the chat that I'd be like, okay, where are they? Or they missing? Or wait a minute, I just noticed this person wasn't. So it really do feel like a reunion that I love to come to, like every single week. So seriously, no matter what's going on, I might be like, it's a little. It ain't a chatty Cathy week today, but I'm still gonna be here in the chat in my Mary J. Blige shades or something like that. But I'm still gonna be here. Okay. So
Well, we
yes.
here for you. We here for you, and you can
Listen,
tell boyfriend to pull up too.
yes, y'all,
Listen.
listen, watch it.
He's not. I already know he's not. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. He's gonna be like, you go ahead and do what you want to do, and he's all
Man,
like,
listen, and that's fine too. But I just love that every day we be going to hell low key because of them comments. But I always let y'all get out of jail. Okay.
no,
I
no,
may kick
absolutely.
y'all out for a half a
It's
second to tell
okay.
y'all, hey, go ahead and log off. Go ahead.
It's okay.
But I love y'all down soup. Like I promise you, I love y'all down so much. And
Thank
when we don't
you.
see one of y'all, it worries us. We have people that we still looking for to this day. Shy Trail, where you at? I mean, damn, I gotta go through my email because she emailed me one time. But this is the community that we meant to build. We're like we said last week, we're all here for free. We just love talking to y'all, whether it be about babies, ghosts, UAPs, UFOs, or just how you been. That's it. That's the community we wanted to build with this. So we
No,
appreciate you.
for real. I don't even think Austin posted a picture of his baby on
He
Facebook
is
yet,
a
but
Gerber
y'all
baby.
seen him.
That
Oh
baby's
my
so cute.
gosh. And that was another thing. I was like, I was thinking like, all right, so the baby can't be born already. And then it was like, look at the baby. It was like, what? Oh
I'm
my
telling you,
God.
I told that man, listen, Spirit last week said, oh, he ain't coming next week. I'm like, why Spirit? He like, oh, he gonna have a baby. And we talked about it earlier in the show. I don't know if he was here, but I told him, you not coming next Tuesday. Like, I don't see her making it. Let me drop off my baby gifts, my nephew's gifts, so that he can, just relax. And it ended up coming to fruition. I already knew that.
So look, I'm gonna go ahead and gracefully bow out. But honestly, now that I figured out how to work it, because that's why I wasn't in the chat, because I was sitting over here being old, and it was like, oh my gosh, I can't be on here with my purple bonnet, even though it's cute, but
No.
I don't want to be with my
Listen,
purple
I
bonnet.
got my purple bonnet on. It ain't mine. It's
Listen,
Max's. She got enough
so
hair to
all that
cover it
time I
up.
was like, wait a minute, where is this one picture so I can make that my avatar because it's ridiculous? And then the phone was like, look, just join the studio.
Yeah, I don't think
So
it lets you use an avatar, which I wish it did. I'll look
so
into it. This is
sir,
the first time I'm using it.
well then I'll give you a little tip. Some pictures it will let me use. Like if it was an actual picture that I had
Okay,
got from like Google, because I did go over to Google because that's where I thought the picture was that I had. It
for
might just
sure.
only be on Instagram now, but they were fine with, oh, you want a picture of you, you know, kind of cute, but we're gonna give them all face. It's gonna be all just eyes and cheeks and nose. That's it. We're not gonna let you zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make this face a little smaller. We're just gonna be the face on the avatar. But then when I tried to just pick, okay, well, let me give some a little more calm. They're like, no, we don't want that. We want all face or
Mhm.
nothing else. Okay.
Yep.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
So yeah. So
Listen,
again,
I
it
just
was picking and
appreciate
choosing.
you calling in. You got here, so
Thanks for the tip.
that's
Absolutely.
all that matters.
Absolutely.
Again, shout out to Just Dre. And yeah, we love you. We'll see you
Thank you
next
so much.
Tuesday.
Absolutely love y'all back. Look, if it be too
Oh,
quiet, if
see,
people be too shy to call
Mr.
in, then
Fresh
I'll
figured it
just
out.
call back like, and here's my baby story and how I got cussed out
Listen,
trying to be a loving person
no,
showing up at the hospital.
yes, I'm gonna tell you this. We love y'all calling in no matter what y'all tell us because everything, like I said, most things, not everything, let me correct myself, is spiritual. And
Okay.
not you putting up a damn profile picture. Wait a minute.
Hey, she said you could do it. I figured it
No,
out.
brother.
I figured it
See,
out. I mean,
see,
Now I gotta
listen.
find me one. But we appreciate you calling in, Black Ivory. Love you down, sister.
Thank
And we'll
you.
talk
Y'all as
soon, of
well.
course.
Thank you so much
all
for having me
righty.
back. Thank you. All
Of
right.
course.
Peace.
All right.
So, in honor of, I'm reading the comments. In honor of Austin having a baby, I want to end the show off on high notes. We don't have any other calls, do we?
No.
Okay, I want to end it off with my own ghostly story, my own, because I feel like it's worth telling, especially since our host, my co-host, my friend, one of my bestest friends outside of Georgia, Mr. Fresh, has had a
Mm-hmm.
baby. So whenever I had my daughter, it was a very spiritual type of thing. Like we did have a doula. Like I thought I could. I was a baby spiritualist. She'll be 13 next month, and I feel like her story. I got a testimony. Her story needs to be told, and I know I've told different stories about my Madison Rose, i.e. Max, and I never explained why she's the way she is. So, and I'll make it quick because I know we all got things to do, but so when I had my daughter, she was born deceased. Okay. We did not think she was gonna make it. When she was born, she was 9 pounds 4 ounces, but she was super sick. And I had a reading later on when she was about 10 years old about her. And the reader, very, very talented reader, was like, she's seeing the other side of death. Now, mind you, I never told that lady that. She's seen the other side that most people do not see. And so she's a seer. So if you've ever watched my YouTube videos, especially like Las Vegas is a portal, which I told her story in when we lived in a haunted brand new house in North Las Vegas, then you'll know what I mean. So when I had her, she was gray. I call her my little gray potato. And I didn't understand at the time like what was wrong with her because I'm just a first time mom and I pushed this baby out and she looked like she was deceased. She was purple and gray and spitting out bubbles out of her mouth. I didn't know back then that she was trying to take in air, so they had to rush her off to the NICU. She spent 3.5 weeks in the NICU. And
Jesus.
I feel like during that time, her nurses, God bless them, God bless all of the nurses that healed my baby back. But I want to say, because I used to hold a lot of grudge against her doctor, because my daughter was born with group B strep. If you've never been pregnant and black, it is a disease or an infection that lies dormant in all black women. And sometimes it comes out in childbirth. And so I have been telling them, yo, I tested positive for this. It's not an STD. Don't twist my words. It's something that all black women have that lies dormant. It's like sickle cell, but not sickle cell. And so I was given antibiotics during my pregnancy, which I thought was stupid. And then they gave me these antibiotics, or I requested them during my birth because that was the main important thing. But little did I know she had already contracted it. She was sick and holding on
Oh
in my
no.
womb. So whenever she was born, I was like, okay, she's sick. She has it. She was born septic. She had a heart problem. She had shoulder dystocia. She had a brachial plexus injury. She was just down bad. My
That's
baby was
tore up.
down bad. Just toe down to the flow down. Okay. You would never know now. I mean, she gives me the hardest time ever, and she wants expensive things. She's a teenager now. She'll be 13 next month, like I said. So during her hospital stay, I had a black doctor. She was from Nigeria. I'll never forget her. And I had called her with my concerns before I had my daughter. And I told her I was in labor and I said, yo, something bad is gonna happen. You need to order my penicillin for the group B strep and blah 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 blah. And she was just so, she had Brianna fatigue, Noah fatigue. She didn't want to listen to anything I had to say.
We
And
tested
when
the
she was,
baby. The baby don't need that medicine.
yeah, you were negative because it comes and goes. You test positive and negative throughout your
Hmm.
pregnancy. And so she, I called her during my labor because the nurses were trying to tell me I didn't need the penicillin to stop her from getting it. And I said, okay, I'm going to trust my physician. And I had my daughter, and she was super sick, and then she was diagnosed with all these problems. But the main thing was group B strep. I didn't think she was going to make it. None of the nurses or doctors, cardiologists that looked over her was like, she's, if she does make it, even though she's 9 pounds 4 ounces, she'll be in the hospital for the next 6 months. My baby stayed in the hospital for 3.5 weeks. And I truly believe that my African doctor was down there doing root on her to keep her alive because saving my
She fucked
daughter
up.
would have
No, but she
meant
fucked up.
she messed up. She did. And so I come into the hospital to visit her in the NICU. She's the biggest baby in the NICU, by the way, because she's 9 pounds 4 ounces. She looks like a
100%.
peanut
Yeah.
butter. Yeah. So I go in there and I see this woman with her hands over my daughter, like, you know how laying hands is, or even Reiki,
Hmm.
laying them
Yeah.
over,
Yeah.
but not quite touching her. And she is praying in a language that I've never heard before in my life. Now, I'm Nigerian. I'm just a Nigerian American, an African American, whatever. And back then, I wasn't tapped in the way I am now. This was 13 years ago. And I'm like, hey, what you doing down here? Gynecologists, obstetricians usually don't come to the NICU. She's like, I've been praying for your baby all night. And I looked at her and she looked at me and I was just like, praying how? Mind you, my dad had just died a month before. And
Mm.
so I said, what do you mean? You're praying over my baby? Like, I don't trust you at this point because I told you what it was. But she continued to come down and pray for my child every day that she was in the NICU. She was supposed to be there for 6 months. She was there for 3.5 weeks. And I took my
Jeez.
kid home. And when I brought her home, she didn't make me feel any better because my newborn baby, who was 3 weeks old, was looking in corners, smiling. She was
Oh
doing
boy.
things that a normal baby wasn't supposed to do. I was feeling cold spots in the house. Like I said, my dad had just died a month before. And so I was just
And
like,
your dad came
okay.
to you. Your dad came to you either
Yes, the
right
day
before
that he
Maddie was
died.
born or yeah.
Yeah, the day that he died, I was 8.5 months pregnant, and I had just, it was the first day I moved into a house. He got in a car accident. He was drunk driving, and he died very, very suddenly. And something was knocking on the dresser that was right next to my head in my bed, and I'm pregnant. I'm like, I'm thinking it's my sister because my sister stayed there to help us unpack and take care of my big boy who's 16 or a B16. And so I'm like, come in, thinking it's the door, and then nobody came in. So I stopped and I literally started listening, and I realized it was coming from the dresser. And it was the day my dad died, and I said, Dad, if this is you, please stop. You're scaring me. And the knocking stopped. So you got to
Oh my
think
god.
about the little portal that I was in. And so whenever I brought her home,
It
she
was already
was,
there.
yes, it was already there. It was my dad. And she would, as she
And we
got
was in a
older,
spiritually charged house. That old
yes,
that
the
that
house was
old
already
townhouse.
haunted, and my dad just made his presence known. And so um whenever my baby started to get older, whenever I would put her in a bouncer, she's lifting her hands up like she wants to be held, and she's smiling, looking up as if somebody is like looking down trying to pick her up. And it just got so bad to the point where we ended up moving out of there. We moved into my great grandmother's house, and she was 3 years old. And I'll never forget, she came down the stairs and was like, hey, Now, mind you, I put a picture of my deceased father that I never mentioned because me and him weren't even close. I didn't meet him till I was 18. He was dead by the time I was 21. She said, "That's my grandpa." And I'm like, "Yeah, that is your grandpa." And she says, "Oh, he died. He crashed because he drank too much apple juice." I said, "Who the hell told you that?"
She said, "Grandpa."
She said, "Grandpa told me." I said, "Where
Oh
do you
my
see
god.
this said grandpa?" She said, "I see him in my dreams and sometimes in my room," because she was very much so like articulate at 3 years old. And I said, "Are you scared of grandpa?" She said, "No, that's my papa. He told me to call him papa." And
Now
I
keep in
didn't know
mind,
that
hold
my
on real
dad
quick, babe,
had
just to pause
relation
you.
right. And I didn't know my dad had relationships with his other grandkids that lived in the same city as him, and they would call him Papa. I didn't know. For me, he was a deadbeat. God bless his soul. So I didn't know that until later on in life. My kid is like 8, 9 years old. And
Hmm.
she has been spiritually inclined ever since. And I truly believe it's because she's seen the other side of life. Whenever you have a baby that is deceased, technically, and they do CPR and bring her back to life and get her healthy, I feel like that contributed to her having no veil
And
because
we
she
also
dealt with
Very
it.
knew,
true.
we knew that she was gonna be what a special child. Because whenever she was a baby, I like she might have still been like an arm baby, and I had her. I think I was walking through a store. I was walking through somewhere with her
My grocery
in
store.
a grocery store, and a random lady stopped me. A random black lady. She stopped me and she said, "Oh my God, she's so precious." And I said, "Well, thank you so much." She said, "No, like she's precious. Like she has a halo." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "You need to keep that girl surrounded. Like she has a halo. Like she's special." And I never forgot that. Like I never forgot that comment. I never forgot that lady. I don't remember what she looked like, but I remember the lady because like at the time she was like, "You need to keep that baby in church." And at the end of
We
the
didn't
day,
go to
like
church.
churches would churches would you make it. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like if I'm Catholic, I'm gonna keep my kid in a Catholic church. If I'm Muslim, I'm gonna keep my kid in a mosque or whatever the situation is. You know what I mean? So churches would you make it. So when she said
Yeah.
keep that girl in church, now that I'm getting older and we're getting wiser, I'm like, she knew that she was spiritual.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
mean, I
was
feel like
definitely
some of
that.
the signs that you get sent that are very evident and that stick with you are forms of the higher being that look up to. And like
Yeah.
that the strongest signs are that higher being. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I would feel oftentimes you don't necessarily remember the greatest details just because whatever that sign was, it was so strong. Like you saying that I don't necessarily remember what she looks like. Like I think it comes in different spots,
It
like
comes in
where
waves for sure
it's so
because
much that you're being told in a spiritual sense that it's kind of overwhelming and you are meant to remember the message, which you repeated like you just heard it 2 seconds ago. So
Right.
yes. Yeah.
that's
And even whenever Maddie Max, y'all know her as Max, but even when my daughter was 3 or 4 years old, she's met my great grandmother. Like my great grandmother just passed in 2017. She was born in 2012. So she was almost 5 now that I think about it. And my aunt came to me after she passed because I was distraught. Like my great grandmother named me. She was the matriarch of our family, and she had already been in a nursing home, hospice type of environment for like a pure vegetable because of selfish people in my family. But that's another story.
right.
But she had already been in a hospice
Since
nursing
I met
home
you
for like 6 years. Yes, since I met Mandela. Mandela met her in that
in the hospital.
state. So she came to me after because this is her mother. This is my great grandmother, but this is my great
Hmm.
aunt. She came to me and she was like, "Hey, the craziest thing is the day before our Mama Rose, we called her Mama Rose. We didn't call her Grandma. We either Grandmere, Mama Rose, whatever." And she said, "I had Maddie." And I'm like, "Yeah, you guys spent the weekend together." And she's like, "Madison went over to Mama Rose's picture and stared at it for like 2 or 3 minutes and said, 'We need to go see Mama Rose right now. Right now.'" Like she demanded
Jesus.
her little 4.5-year-old voice. We need to go see Mama Rose. And I said, okay, because I'm listening. I'm spiritual. My aunt is not. She's not at all. And so I was like, okay. And she's like, we went, we visited with her. You know, of course
She
she
also
had the
said she was sick
son.
too. She
Yes.
said
She
she's
told
sick.
my great aunt that Mama Rose's body is sick. Sick. And she was 4 years old. And I said, okay, because I know where this is going. But, you know, when you're not
Right.
spiritual, I don't want to scare my great aunt. That's my elder. I'm not about to sit up here and spook her. She said
Right.
she told her that Mama Rose was sick. She had sickness in her body. And she was 4 years old. And my grandmother passed later on that night in the early morning, about probably like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I got the call. She had went and seen her great grandmother, spent time with her, and did all of this. So when I say y'all gotta trust y'all babies, because if they've had a traumatic birth, or if they were born in call, meaning they were born in their placenta, like they were born underwater, your kid is more than likely spiritual. They can see, they're seers. And it just, since we didn't have any calls today, I just wanted to share that because I don't think I've shared it on YouTube. But
You haven't.
I know for sure I have a spiritual baby, and I even made the joke to her the other day, probably Sunday. I'm like, yeah, because you don't even tell me anything anymore. She said, oh no, I've just gotten used to it. I see things
And
still.
It's
I real,
true,
real quick, I
right?
wanted to add a scoop of ice cream on it because you told the whole story. But we all know that we're all connected to our ancestors. So
Mhm.
Madison was connected to her ancestors, whether they were alive in a vegetable state or whatever. But
Mhm.
what the people that are listening don't understand, Madison was the first grandchild to be named. Her name is Madison Rose. She's named after Mama Rose, and Mama Rose was
Yeah.
alive. But we named her Mama Rose because we wanted we we obviously she's been in a vegetable state for 5 years. You know, she was in
Mhm.
a vegetable state for years prior to Madison being born. So we knew that
Mhm.
the end result was going to be what. But I also wanted to
Right.
honor Brianna's great grandmother. So she was the
Mhm.
first grandchild that was named Rose,
And she
and
named me. So it was like a full circle, and it felt so good to just be like, okay. And then now we have my niece, who her middle name is Rose, and it just kind of goes on and on. And whenever you name your child for an ancestor, it's so much more deeper than just a name. Like my child, after my great grandmother passed, has seen her walking around my house while we were under spiritual attack, while my daughter was spiritually being attacked,
Mm.
and talking about all the fancy outfits her Mama Rose wears. And she was like 10, 11. So it's like, it's very much so like full circle, and it's a beautiful cycle. It really is.
No, that's so deep. I mean, you never wish that upon your kid to be able to be given, such a tough time at birth, but for the gifts that it also could possess, like
Yeah.
she's very lucky. I mean, I feel like a lot of kids obviously go through near death experiences right at the beginning. I mean, you're in such a vulnerable state that
mm-hmm.
like a lot of families neglect how you would raise that kid to be keen to what to look for and to
Hmm.
really feel comfortable talking about the things that they're seeing. And I mean, you got to really think about this too. Like you said, she was really articulate by the age of 3.
Yes.
You got to imagine
Hmm.
when they fall asleep, if they're very spiritually connected, like their brain never really stops. Like it's just in a constant state of learning
Yep.
things through
Mm-hmm.
dream. That's not just like base level stuff. Like their brain is
Constantly
very,
working, and they're not just
yes,
working in this
quick.
realm, they're working in others. And for her to tell me that, and she was a baby, I literally, and somebody said I would have been scared. We would not go upstairs by ourselves. Me and Mandela was using
we
the buddy
were
system.
we were afraid. However, the one thing that I'm thankful for, and this is the problem with a lot of people who could be spiritual. A lot of our parents are afraid of these things, so they shut them off. You're not seeing
Mhm.
anything. You're tripping. You don't see. That's just a shadow. You're not seeing. Instead of embracing the fact that your child sees a spirit, that's a real entity that your child sees. Your child is afraid
Mhm.
because he should be afraid. She should be scared. You know what I mean? But a lot of parents, they don't embrace that because it makes them afraid. So their fear, they project that on their child, and they shut down your capabilities. And now only 10% of people, 15% of people know how to astral project. They only
Yeah.
a small population knows how to tap into their potential. Because as parents, we get afraid and we shut that shit down.
Yeah, because even though we were afraid, we ended the conversation with the little baby Maddie and I told her, well, that's nice that your grandpa comes and visits you. You know,
Hmm.
if you want to talk to
Embraced
him
it.
or you want to whatever, that's fine because she was too little to lie. She didn't even know what a lie was. You know, she was a baby. And even now, as I look at her, she turns 13 next month. And I'm like, okay, the number 13 is spiritual in itself. And I've already been told that this girl, I had to shut the veil off whenever we were living in that very much so haunted house up the street in North Las Vegas. But now it's going to be busted open. And I suspect that my kids, they have this spiritual awakening at some point because now my child that's 9, he was telling me 2 years ago, there's a white little boy in the hallway and I want him to go away. Like,
Hmm.
and it was a full moon. So now he's seeing stuff in the windows the same way my older kid was. And so now I felt like my child was my test dummy baby and I had to learn how to cut it off. But now I'm even more like spiritually inclined to know
Hmm.
how to control it instead of just saying, Spirit, we're going to cut this off right here because it's scaring my child. I don't want them to be cut off from their
But
gifts. I want them to know how to control them.
we also project spirituality amongst our kids now, and we also project spiritual fluidity. Like we tell our son all the time because he used to be like a super big Bible thumper back in the day, and we used to tell
We
him all
don't
the
know where it
time.
came from. YouTube, count your
Nah,
days.
it's from YouTube. But we used to tell him all the time, and this might ruffle feathers when I say this. We used to tell him we don't care what you like as long as you like it. If you want to be a Christian, be
Hmm.
a Christian. If you want to be a Catholic, be a Catholic. If you want to be a Muslim like your granddad, be a Muslim. If you want to be a spiritualist, then you can follow this path as well. And we also educate them and let them know there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one spirituality. You
Yeah.
might like Ifa, you might not. You might like Hoodoo, you may not. It's everything's not for everybody, but we're never going to make you feel insignificant because you like something that somebody doesn't like.
Yeah, we've never been the type of parents to push spirituality, whatever it is. Like I
Yeah.
tested Tootie the other day, George, and I just knew he was gonna fail, right? I was testing him and I pulled up a picture of Jesus Christ. And I
Okay.
said, because I was like, y'all know fast food more than y'all know like religion. And I got this from Super Size Me. I don't know if you're old enough to know what that is,
I
but
do know.
Super
Yeah,
Size
yeah.
Me. So I was like, y'all know fast food more than y'all know religion. So I pulled up a picture of Jesus Christ and I said to Tootie, who's 5 years old, I said, who is this?
He
He
gonna
said,
say
that's
that's
my baby
baby
boy
Jesus.
Jesus.
That's my
That's my
baby
baby boy
Jesus.
Jesus. So he knew exactly who it was. And that tells me that I'm doing something right in my parenting. YouTube did Bible thump to my kids, but they know that I'm a hoodoo. So I still celebrate and venerate different spirits,
Hmm.
which includes Jesus and angels and all of that stuff. So when I say like, and I'm gonna leave the show off at this, um, let your children just be them. Some days I regret like closing off the veil for my daughter, but it was literally like causing disruption in my household and for my kid. And my kid is my number one, like that's priority. But
Your
let
job
your
is to
Hmm.
children
protect. Your job is to
be who
protect.
they are. Yeah, we were trying to protect her, and in the long run, now I know she's turning 13, and 13 in the Hoodoo religion or practice, I should say, is very
It gets
significant. And
serious.
that's going, yes, it's going to be like busting open a levee whenever I didn't have to do it that way. Like she still sees spirits, she still feels things, she still hears things. And now I have one that's under her that's experiencing the same thing. So I can honestly say, like, just let your kids be children and learn how to cope with having a spiritually inclined child, a seer, because we finna next month. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, it is a burden because I closed it off when I probably should have just learned how to control
I
it.
don't think it'll be as challenging as you think it will be, because when we closed it off, but she was still able to see bits and pieces because of her past. So now somebody who is as spiritually inclined as her, whenever she turns 13 and the floodgates open, it's not gonna have shock value because she's already
She's
cognizant
already
of.
seen it, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So she's already seen, we spoon fed her, we gave her baby doses, we gave her, it's like when you get vaccinated, we gave her the dead part of the virus. So now whenever she catches the real virus, she's not going to be sick.
Yeah, because our middle child, our 9-year-old, he literally told me, first of all, Tootie will not go upstairs by himself. I was doing a reading yesterday afternoon and it was something walking around. I promise you, I put this on me and I love me too much to lie. It was something walking around my garage, opening and slamming my garage door. And I just felt like they're ancestors. I don't feel like scared or anything like that, but they're children. They're supposed to be afraid of what they don't understand. And my son will not go upstairs by himself. He's 5 years old. He refuses. And then the middle one, the 9-year-old, is like, there's something in this house. I'm not going upstairs.
Ugh.
So I got a 6-bedroom house. And they all sleep in Maddie's room. Maddie's just looking at him like, welcome to the
I'm
club.
tired of sharing my room with y'all, bro. Like,
Welcome
Ugh.
to
go
the
to y'all
club. I'm
rooms.
tired of y'all. Yeah, so just let children be children. Shout out to
Yep.
Ray. He just joined the chat. We're about to end this live, but I just want to end it with that because obviously we didn't get as many
No, it's a
callers as
great
we would have
story.
hoped. And some of y'all got spiritually inclined babies, spiritually just they're already there. They're where we wish us higher ranked, higher initiated. We wish we were there, but some kids are just they that girl or that boy. But I'll let you go ahead and take us out
Alrighty.
because I have to cook dinner, or
Yeah,
Mr.
same
Fresh
here.
has to cook dinner.
No, yeah, Mr. Fresh, do your job here,
I
okay?
It was
got
my
you.
And
turn yesterday.
Yeah,
let's see
I'm cooking
here
dinner
what I
2 days
can
in a
play
row.
us.
I'll let her do it in 2 days. I'm cooking tonight. I'm gonna cook tomorrow, and then we'll get back to the basics. And she could take over on, what was that?
Yeah,
What would that be?
I
Thursday?
made some ancestor fried chicken yesterday, y'all. I had the brown paper bag shaking it for my life. That chicken was so good. Thank you so much, Christy. Thank you for listening.
Alrighty, y'all. Peace. We
Next
out.
week.
We out.
Holla.
See you next week.